this image of Jesus as sort of this life rescue ring around the world, um, there's an illustration of how sometimes we want to go about life on our own effort and in our own agenda. And the illustration I heard was, you might be a really good swimmer, but can you swim? You might be able to swim further than the next guy, but none of us can swim to the ultimate goal. And say heaven, the goal is to swim to Hawaii. Nobody, doesn't matter if you're an Olympic swimmer, you can't get there on your own, even if you're better than everybody else. We need Jesus to be God's life raft. He's our rescue, and his very name, Jesus, means God to the rescue. And it's such a wonderful, powerful image, just his name, that he's here to seek and to save. And my prayer is that as we are meeting together as a group, we would be asking God to give us why Jesus conversations from week to week here. And we'll be able to start to plant seeds of conversations that God will grow. We don't have, it's not a heavy obligation. It's not a guilt thing. It's an invitation is all it is. It might be an invitation to this group. It might be an invitation to have a conversation about what God has been doing in your life. It might be an invitation to pick up the Bible and start to read the Gospels even together. Some of these passages that we're going to be looking at in the weeks ahead. So I think that would be great if we would start as Christians to be praying for God. Give me more of those moments and give me the guts to follow up. I've got a story I'll tell you next week about a new friend I made across the street from us. He's a biker, and we quickly became friends, and he said, I think we're like brothers, we share a lot in common, and yeah, you're like my brother, we're such a good friend. And then he found out that I had been a pastor. He went, whoa, man, I'm an atheist, and it set up this whole, I said, well, theist, atheist, it's only one letter. And then he laughed, and we laughed together. And ever since, we've been getting closer and closer in our conversations. I'll tell you a little bit more about him another time. But it's just one of those relationships that I think God has started just by both of us having a motorbike. And we look for those little opportunities to make connections, and then we let God into that, and we create conversations where we can share what Jesus has done in our lives.